What are some guy secrets girls don't know about? Many men have anxiety and or depression, but we will not talk about, and will get moderately annoyed at you for bringing it up. Holy shit, this got gold. Thank you, kind stranger. I remember when I thought this was a successful post when it had only like 30 upvotes. A lot of women don't understand that it takes us a lot longer to figure out how we feel about something than most women. Give us time to process, and we'll bring it up if and when we want to talk about it. But don't try to push us to be emotional, since most men aren't as driven by feelings as most women. Sometimes we pee on the poo stains in the toilet because we are too lazy to use the scrub. I don't know who complained, but the way I see, we do a fine great work. Sometimes we don't talk to people cause we don't want to intimidate them. I might see a girl with a cool shirt on, but I don't want to make her think I'm coming on to her or something. Rather than freak her out that a 6'6" guy thinks she looks good today, I just leave her alone. Especially if we are on an elevator or something where she can't leave, if she actually is uncomfortable. If a guy told me that on my way out of the elevator and explained why he didn't say it while we were still in, I definitely think that's adorable. May even want to see him again. You have no idea how much women appreciate it when men understand how complicated and unsafe the world feels for women a lot of the time. We get raped too. Can confirm I was molested by a neighbor's babysitter 15 female when I was 7. Sex isn't all we want in a relationship. I'd rather be with someone who understands me, but only does it once in a while than someone who I have sex with every day, but don't connect with emotionally and mentally. Some of us are into things like cooking, cleaning, makeup, fashion, etc. It doesn't necessarily mean we are gay. Please don't tell us to man up. A lot of us were constantly told that growing up, whenever we tried to express ourselves, so you saying it will often bring up bad memories. Men can be abused. Men can be raped. Men also tend to be more suicidal because society tells us we are weak if we try to discuss these things. No, we don't enjoy being raped by a hot girl, and we often don't talk about it because people will often straight up tell us we are lying about it if we do. If we haven't carried in all the shopping in one go, we haven't done it right. I don't know if other guys feel this too, but I'm always afraid of accidentally making women feel uncomfortable in my presence. For example, when I happen to walk in the same direction as a woman in front of me for a while, and I'm not even interested in women in the first place. This is me, all the time. I'm brown, not small, and I live in a big city where women are on high alert all the time. So I go out of my way to slow down, or speed up, when walking in proximity to a woman and we are both alone. My wife, mother, and sister have made me aware of my male privilege, and it's all I can think about sometimes, that I might be making someone scared just by being there. I'm not afraid of repercussions for myself. I just never want to make people feel that way. I realized my smiling only helps sometimes, and speaking to them without being spoken to first is jarring sometimes, and it's not all women. But it's clear that most women will never, ever feel comfortable in the presence of a man they don't know on the street. No exceptions. I'm sorry that the world is shitty, and that women are often victims of circumstances they don't control. I'm trying. Ladies. And I always will interject when a panhandler gets aggressive or let you know when your bag is hanging open. I don't know the solution for this, but I'm hyper aware of it. And I hope one day the world is safe for everyone, not just me. Maybe this is more of a dad secret, but I don't babysit my own kids. That's called fathering, damn it. My dad served in the Pacific during World War II, a kid from the Bronx. He had never been out of the Bronx in his entire life. Then he got sent to New Guinea, decades later. As he lay dying in the hospital bed, he told us as his young friends were being slaughtered by other young men. Just before they died, they always cried for their mothers, never for their fathers, always for their mothers. He said, they were just kids being slaughtered by other kids, and then they died in his arms. Their last words were always, "Where is my mother? Where is my mother? Where is my mother?" Never for their fathers. That affected him for his entire life. and had lived a long time. He was the lucky one. My dad fought in WWII on the European front and said the same guys would always cry out for their mothers. He reinforced how important it was to be gentle and nurturing to a boy. If you compliment my appearance, I will probably remember forever. I still remember when a girl in college told me I looked nice with my beard when I first grew it out. I've had a beard ever since. I'm a woman. In college I complimented this random guy in line for coffee that he smelled really nice. It wasn't a pickup line or anything, I just enjoyed complimenting people. About a year later we ended up having a class together and I didn't recognize him at all. He came up to me and thanked me again for the compliment I gave him a year ago and said he hasn't forgotten about how nice that was for a stranger to be so upfront and to compliment him. We'll be married 7 years in June. Edit, thank you for my first medal. I love sharing this story. Keep complimenting people, no matter their gender. You are a spark in a world of dry tinder. We have the magical power of thinking about nothing. Manspreading isn't a sexual thing. We are trying not to crush our balls between our legs. Nice try, Audrey. I'm not telling you what I got you for your birthday. After a shower, we have no problem drying our balls and face with the same towel. Most of the time we try to dry the face first, then the sack. But sometimes we have to go back to the face. We just hope we use an uncontaminated part of the towel. Edit, uncontaminated. My balls are clean after a shower. Just, you know, wiping the balls then wiping my face is just kind of, yay. And then by the next day the towel forgets and it resets. Truly one of nature's miracles. I'm secretly an emotional wreck. I just hide it. As an older man, we don't expect you to look like a supermodel as we age together. Yes, at times I do see you as I did 30 years ago, and every wrinkle and flaw disappears. Yes, there are times I see every wrinkle and flaw, and know how you got every one of them. They are beautiful too. I wish more older men would answer. The answers so far are cool. But I'm also interested in hearing how life experience affects what is said. It's not uncommon for us to genuinely think you're beautiful without any makeup. This comment will be buried, but those perfectly round toilets suck. It's super annoying when your junk touches the inside of the toilet bowl. The oval toilets like in most public toilets are much better. Ducking fact man. I hate the circle toilets. Your chances of getting what you want out of us are infinitely higher if you tell us directly. I can vouch for this. I was upset with myself for not picking up what I thought were clear hints when he responded frustrated with, "I don't understand hints, just tell me what you want, woman." He really helped me communicate better. I don't know why we grow up thinking we can't directly ask for things. Imagine hinting what you want at Chipotle. I don't know. Do you think I want guacamole? It's not that I want guacamole. It's that I want you to want me to have guacamole. I just spent the last hour shouting all of these to my husband in the other room. And him replying, "Yep," when I told mine the title. He said, "We've all tried that one thing." Took a couple of hours, but I finally came across it a few posts up. Bunch of snitches in this thread. At least they didn't disclose any of the serious stuff. Like stuff about that meeting we all have once a year. We don't talk about that. We don't care how popular or unpopular you are with other women. So it shouldn't factor into how you value yourself when dating. Edit, thanks for the gold internet stranger. When people come crying to us, our first inclination is to fix the problem. Since this is often not possible, lead with something along the lines of, "Can I vent for a minute?" Or anything that signals to us this is just a time for active listening, rather than a problem solving session. Otherwise it's just awkward WTF is going on here, in our heads. Simply saying you need to cry tells us exactly what we need to do. When we want to be alone, it's not that we don't want to be around you, it's that we don't want to be around anyone for a bit. I get this one way too well. I go through bouts where I just don't want to talk to anyone regardless of how close we are. For me it's not even a thing where I'm upset or I'd hate it if someone was around. I just need time to think and reorganize my head every so often, as well as to just shut my head off for a bit. But I mean, if they wanna silently hang around, that's not a problem. I don't mind being around. I just need mental quiet. Men want to be wanted and desired too. I can count the number of times a woman has come out and either asked me out or told me she was attracted to me on one hand. And from my understanding, that is a high number. We don't miss hints because we are dense or stupid. We miss them because we have learned the hard way that sometimes it's just a friendly compliment or some such. That embarrassment sticks with you. If you've ever looked at a dude and know, wow, he's attractive, I'd like to go out with him, go talk to him. Men love confident women. And even if he doesn't reciprocate, you will make his day, or maybe even his year. If we tie down anything in the back of a pickup truck or trailer, it's physically impossible for us not to stand back and say that's not going anywhere. This is shockingly accurate. Might even be accompanied by shaking the object a bit and looking at your friend for confirmation that he also saw how much it's not going anywhere. Edit Silver. Thank you so much. No matter how poorly secured the object may be, you can always guarantee that's not going anywhere. These guys' secrets seem to fall into 3 areas: male genitalia, toilet habits, and the lack of psychic powers when it comes to women. Got it? You forgot the fact that all men know who killed JFK, but we signed a non-disclosure agreement. Turns out you vanquish a 127 committed suicide by 2 shots to the back of his head after this post. RIP. There is no amount of hot sex that will stop us from masturbating as soon as we're alone. It's 2 separate releases and you just filled up the spank bank. Sometimes, especially if it was hot. We really do think your hair is good. It looked good before and after you got a haircut. It looked good curly and it looked good straight. It looked good when you woke up and when you made it. As long as it's shaped like the hair we gave girls on stick figures when we were 5 years old, we think it looks good. Men can think a woman is hot without being sexually attracted to her. Men can think other men are hot without being sexually attracted to them. Some men can have respect for someone's looks regardless of their sex. It doesn't mean they want to screw that chick or that guy. It just shows a level of appreciation for the way someone looks or the way they carry themselves. We don't get the hint. Saying I almost broke my neck in the driveway is not the same as asking us to shovel it. In my mind I'm thinking, thanks for the heads up, I'll be careful. Subtle hints do not work. Obvious hints do not work. Anything short of spelling it out ABC style at us will not work. When I try to pick up on hints I get it wrong almost every time. You can squeeze the head of your penis and the tip lips will move like a mouth and you can talk to it. Oftentimes, we genuinely don't care where we go to eat because we are just hungry and want food. Any food, as long as you eat some too. Edit. I'm glad someone liked my toilet comment enough to give me gold. I promise to use this responsibly. I'm a girl and I've found out through the years that when guys say something, don't think too much into it. Like, what's the hidden meaning? Don't overthink it. Guys normally say stuff that should be taken at face value. At the urinals we typically pee on soap bars. I saw plastic mats to reduce splash damage and smell. The mental struggle we have to go through to not scratch around our groin in a public setting. It'll take 100% of my willpower to not do it. The itching can drive me insane, yet the euphoria from actually scratching it is so good. I often imagine this must be what it's like scratching a dog's ears. The nod. When you see a guy you don't know, or kind of know, but don't really know well enough to talk to walks by, you give a subtle nod of your head, which they return. I talked to my wife about it, and she confirms that women do not do this, but that they sometimes smile instead. Edit. Because it keeps coming up. Some girls also give the nod. Typically, an up nod is for your friends, and a down nod is for strangers or less than friends. This could subconsciously have to do with a baring or hiding of the throat. Thanks everyone for the comments. Edit. To some women nod also. I have been told, no need to add another identical comment. Every guy has, at one point, used their erection to hold up a towel upon exiting the shower with an unwanted erection. We desperately want you to toss us things instead of just handing them to us. When I asked my husband for confirmation on this, he said yay, it's fun to catch things. No matter how you shake and dance, the last 2 drops go in your pants. As a favor, I worked on a girl's car one time and got pretty dirty. Afterwards, she asked me if I wanted to come inside and take a shower. I told her no, because I hadn't brought any clean clothes to put on after the shower. She just kinda giggled. Yeah, us guys aren't exactly too bright when it comes to reading between the lines. I had a girl tell me that my haircut looked nice. I've kept that same haircut for 4 years since then. Edit. Hey, thanks for my first gold and silver. Rat. Edit to platinum. Thank you so much. You're a legend. Dude, I got a compliment about some shorts I was wearing that I was unsure if they looked good or not. Those are now my favorite shorts. We can't move our penis without closing our butthole. Edit. Thanks for all the silver and the gold. This is really blowing up. Help, I can't stop.